Elaine, I got the socks last week. I love Express Wash, though it must have cost you a fortune. Thank you 1,000 times over. They're a welcome relief in these cold, dark trenches, but I'm afraid I've had to guard them with my life. The rest of these other suckers are always bragging about their girlfriends, and yet none of them have a pair of warm, dry socks to show for it. You'll send more, won't you? These ones won't last very long. My time in the trenches is almost over, I think. A few more days, and then we will go back to the base for a week, if I don't die first. I don't know what will happen after that, but I'll try to call you on your birthday. I can't believe you're already 16 and I'm 19. Seems like only yesterday I was writing to you for the first time and you were only 12 then. Spooky how the time flies, huh? My phone rang, interrupting my reading. I smiled, dropped the letter, and picked up a tiny device. I could literally hold it on the pad of one finger. Slightly awkward, but I was still saving for the earpiece. Hello? Happy birthday, Allie. The deep voice had been distorted by an ocean's length of traveling, but I knew it anyway. Not to mention his British accent sort of gave him away instantly. Hale. Thanks, I said. How are you? Tired, Hale replied wearily. The trenches were hell. He sounded tired, like he was carrying some incredible weight and he didn't know how to ask for help carrying it. It made me feel helpless too that I couldn't talk to him about it. I knew the war that had affected my friend deeply, but how could I help when I was over here? Did you get my letter? Hale asked. I did, I confirmed about 30 seconds ago. I'm glad to hear the socks were a hit. Hale laughed, a burst of static over the line. I practically had to wrestle them from one of my mates, he admitted ruefully. Big hit. I was serious about you sending more. You don't mind, do you? Of course not, I replied, once I've made them. Thanks, but something manly on them, Hale joked, like, hearts and flowers, I threatened teasingly. You wouldn't, he cried in mock horror. I laughed. Probably not, I agreed. God, it's good to hear from you. There was a long silence as I struggled to find something to say. Phone calls were expensive during the war. So, Hale eventually said, how's life on your end? Well, I hesitated. Not great, I admitted. Uh-oh, Hale said lightly. Tell me all about it. We've been doing this for years. I had no life. He cared. I really hated to lay all my problems on him these days, but the only other person I had to talk to was Donnie. It's just that I struggled trying to figure out what I wanted to say. It's just that who am I? I sit here on the safe continent and try not to think about France even though there's nothing for me here. I've only got one friend and he's fighting the war without me. Not to mention the fact that Mom treats Donnie and I like infants because she... What was that? I could have sworn I heard a muffled and urgent shout on Hale's end of the call. I'm not entirely sure. Hale's voice trailed off. Just hang on a second. There was a long and drawn-out silence. I heard a few more shouts and a strange whistling sound. Hale?